I have so much to share with you. In this video, I'm going to cover all of the brand new timelines and deadlines that you have to meet for your property tax protest for this year. The system has completely changed. I'll let you know what you need to do to make sure you're on our list and all the changes that have happened. Also, there is a property tax disaster relief exemption that you might qualify for. I'll give you details on that. The real estate market is crazy. I'm going to give you the market update. I'm going to tell you about stuff that you are not seeing in the news. They're not reporting on what's going on. I'm going to give you an inside look. Your jaw will hit the floor. It's unbelievable. But before I get started with any of that, I have a major announcement that I cannot wait to share with you. My exciting announcement is a 5-year plan to end this devastating property tax issue once and for all. When I started this 5 years ago, I had no idea what I was getting into, but my eyes have been open. The problem is much bigger than anyone realizes. Listen, I have done a lot to try to end this issue, to end the whole problem. I started working with not only just protesting for people, I started working on the state level to change the property tax code itself. And I was working with State Representative Matt Krause. He just filed 3 more bills and it will improve the system, but we've got to do more than that. That's not enough. Here locally, my eyes have been open to issues at the appraisal district. Their voting system for the board of directors is completely messed up. And we helped expose that. We got a whole new set of board of directors on staff right there, helping hold them accountable from the inside out. Gary Lasada and Rich Diot are down there kicking butt. But listen, it's not enough. Last year, I protested for 20,000 people, and it's not enough. There are so many people that need help. I get calls into my office on almost a daily basis from someone crying because they're getting taxed out of their house. It's not right. They don't have enough money to fix up their house, let alone pay their property tax bill. And so that they can, and then go down and prove to the appraisal district that their house isn't worth what the appraisal district is saying. You're guilty until proven innocent. And when we live in a country where you're supposed to be able to pursue life, liberty, and property, but the government is taxing people out of their houses, something is messed up and the system is broken and it must stop. It's time for us to take a stand and do something about it on a bigger level. We have to be strategic. What we have to do is we have to gain power and influence, and I have to fund this thing. I've been doing this all on my own dime because I want it to be free to you, because I want to help as many people as I can, and I want it to remain free to you. But I pay the salaries of a team of people. I'm writing property tax protest software from the ground up, and none of this stuff is cheap. It's really expensive. And here's my solution. I have created an opportunity to help support local small businesses and fund this at the same time. Because I know if we can get together, local small business leaders, unify our voice, work together, then we can make real change. Think about how many people are going to be watching this video. Think about how many people we protest for. I can generate exposure for your local business. If you're a local small business owner, I can generate exposure like you've never seen before. And we can mastermind together, we will brainstorm, we will network together and support each other in growth, serving our local community. If you are a local small business owner and you support us, you support what I'm doing, and you want massive exposure to your business, then I want to support you by doing that. The people watching this video want to know who to turn to. They want to know who their allies are, who's working, fighting for you. And if you fit that description, you want to be a part of this, sign up below. Let's talk about the real estate market and what you're not hearing about in the news. And I want to tell you, I'm going to answer some questions. Are we in a real estate bubble? Is now a good time to buy or sell? And will the market crash? First, I want to tell you about 3 stories that it's inside information. You're not going to hear about this anywhere else. The first is when we went to a D.R. Horton community, they would not allow our buyer to buy a house. We had tons of money, ready to go, ready, willing, and able buyer. Instead, they made us get a lottery ticket. They basically have to draw your name out of a hat, and only if you're lucky enough do you get to buy a house. That is crazy. Another example, the second story is that we had a house, there were 48 offers. That's a multiple offer situation, unlike anything I've ever seen before. And the final example is a house that we put on the market on Wednesday. We got multiple offers. By Saturday, we had 13 offers, all over list price. And here's the punchline. nobody even saw the inside of the house. That's crazy. Okay, that is only possible if you're doing the kind of marketing we're doing. Okay, this market is crazy. There are dynamics at play that I'm going to dive into. I'm going to explain why this market is crazy, but you can't sell houses without people seeing them unless you can give them something like the advanced staging and virtual tour, 3D virtual reality stuff in all the marketing we're doing. That's only possible through that. But still, it's magnificent what you can do with our marketing and this market combined. Let me tell you about why this is happening. The first thing I'm going to show you is the month supply of inventory. Now, real estate prices and real estate in general, it's all a function of supply and demand. This one number is the best number that I've found that gives you an idea of what's happening and includes the supply and demand into one figure, one graph. And so as you can see, the lower the graph goes, the lower the number gets, the hotter the real estate market is. What it means is there's so much demand that it's outpacing the supply. No matter how many houses they put on the market, there are more buyers and we're gobbling up all the inventory and it forces prices up. But as you can see in the pricing chart, it's not causing prices to jump up in astronomical numbers like you might expect. However, the pricing numbers do lag the inventory numbers a little bit, so it's a little too early to tell. We'll take another look at this in a couple months and I'll show you the slide again. But look back on the last several years, okay? If we look back at the entire history of the MLS, you can see as we came out of the 2008 crisis, the real estate market kind of lagged what we saw happening in the news. So 2011, 12, 13, you can see the inventory levels were really high, but the market never crashed. In the Dallas-Fort Worth area especially, and in Texas in general, the real estate market is insulated by some of the laws, rules, regulations, the diversity of the industries here. It prevents us from having a bubble. I don't think it's impossible for us to have a bubble, but I can say with confidence, I do not believe that we're in a bubble right now. All the market fundamentals of supply and demand, the cost of renting, the number of household formations happening, all support they all support what's happening in the market. The pricing that I'm seeing is supported by market fundamentals. And folks, right now we just have a hot market and it's insanely hot. We have more people moving into Texas, over 1,700 people moving into Texas every single day. And if you're waiting for this market to crash, you're just going to keep on waiting. The most dangerous place you can be right now is without a house. As long as you own a house, your house is going up in value. And I will say this, if you have considered putting your house on the market and buying a house right now, this is the time to do it. There has been no other time in history. Interest rates are going to go up. Inflation is going to happen. Real estate is a great place to have your money in inflationary periods. And with interest rates low like they are right now, you can sell at top dollar. And when you buy, the amount of money you're going to save in interest savings is going to dwarf anything in comparison that you might get if we were in a down market. And in a down market in the North Texas area, what that means is it doesn't mean there's a crash. It just means that we're not appreciating quite as much as we did during this time, okay? So house prices are still going to go up. Inventory levels may rise, but we're not going to see that crash unless something catastrophic happens. It could happen if the frenzy continues, emotions run high, and speculators jump in and really start bidding up price of houses. I'm not seeing that yet. It's not impossible, but right now is the time to buy. Get in. If that happens, you want to get in before that happens so that you can ride the wave up. All right, that's it. Let's move on to the next subject. If your property was damaged due to the ice apocalypse situation that we had not too long ago, then your property may qualify for a unique disaster relief property tax exemption. Your deadline to qualify and apply for that is May the 28th. You have to have at least 15% damage to your property. So what that means is 15% of the market value of your property was reduced due to the property damage. If you had a $300,000 house, that'd be $45,000 worth of damage. If you think you can qualify and you can document that damage, fill out the application on the link above. You can get up to 100% of your property value exempted if you had 100% affected. If you had a $300,000 house and there's $300,000 of property damage, then you need this exemption. Don't pay property taxes on a $300,000 house if your house just got ruined. Thank you, Governor Abbott. You have 105 days to do this after they declare a disaster. That makes it May 28th. Get it done. Get some relief. Property tax time is upon us. The date that all the new value notices are going to go out is probably April the 15th or the 16th or the 17th. We've got an email from a high up staff person that says the 16th. Their website in one place says the 17th and another place says the 15th. Needless to say, it's not now, and it's not going to be for at least another 15 days from the time I'm making this video. And so there's nothing that you can do. They will not accept any property tax protest filings until they come out with those value notices. So just hold tight. Now, what that means is that the deadline to actually file your protest will be approximately 30 days from that date. If you don't get a value notice, it'll be approximately 30 days from that date as well. And you might ask, well, who's not going to get a value notice? That's a great question. This is something you probably won't hear anywhere else. If your property tax value does not go up by more than $1,000, then you won't get a value notice, but you can still protest. If you're one of our clients, then we will still protest for you regardless. But your deadline to protest will be when the bulk of everybody else's protest is, and that would be May 15th, 16th, or 17th. It just kind of depends on when they send those value notices out. Okay, so this is the first word you're hearing about it. There's nothing to do right now. It's sit tight, buckle down, and wait. You can prepare for your protest, and the way that you would do that is by taking photos of property condition issues or anything that you think might affect the property value. You could also get invoices from contractors proving that there were property condition issues as of January 1st of this year. If you show me a paid invoice of a repair that was done before January 1st, that actually goes against you. You need to show that there was a property condition issue as of January 1st. So either an unpaid invoice from last year, or it can be a paid invoice after January 1st, because that would basically show that there was a property condition issue on January 1st. Anyway, all right. Those are the important dates. Now the question is, how do you get on our list? If you go to our website, freetaxprotest.com, you'll see a waiting list. This isn't a traditional waiting list. All this is, you're waiting on me to open it up for registration. This is the brand new software that I've been building from scratch for 2 years. I could not be more excited about it. This is going to allow us to help many, many, many more people and get much bigger reductions. It is going to be awesome. I will have a username and password for everybody that's already signed up. You'll get an email from me with that. And if you haven't signed up yet, I will send you an invitation to sign up. If you want to make sure that you get that invitation, go ahead and go to freetaxprotest.com, fill out the form. We'll send you an invite for you to register when the time comes. And it's going to be sometime around mid-April or so that we're going to allow that to happen. And we're going to open it up. And between now and then, we're putting the finishing touches on the software. We're getting it all tuned up. That is going to be the place for everything. That's where you're going to submit your evidence, any photos, invoices, and we'll keep you updated on the progress of your protest. And that's also where we're going to be hosting your value notice. We're going to deliver your value notice through that portal. As soon as we get access to it, we're going to upload it in there. We'll send you an email and say, hey, here's your new value. If you ever wanted to cancel service for any reason, you can use that. That's your everything. I can't be more excited about it, but that's it. Nothing to do right now, but wait. And that's all your property tax protest update. I think that's it. I think that's enough. That was a lot for one video. But before you log off, I just want you to hear me say thank you. We live in a crazy world. It's getting crazier, it seems. And I just know, like, whenever I get on Facebook and I look at my news feed and it's just completely toxic, it's draining, it's negative, and it's kind of, there's a lot of nasty stuff going on. But whenever I see your comments expressing gratitude, it just is a breath of fresh air. It means so much. It keeps me going. And I can also say, I understand why there's so much negativity. There's a lot to be upset and angry about. There are a lot of things in this world that need to be improved or eliminated or whatever. We need to be helping each other, and I just want to be part of the solution. It means so much to me that you've trusted me with that. and I'm here for you. I want to be here for you, and I want to do even more. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I can't wait to see what the future holds.